just heard my voice. Yeah, I did. Okay. So back to Dishonored for the final mission. I'm excited. And I decided what I'm gonna do with Dishonored, because I said I was gonna like think about playing the game again and the DLC and stuff. So I'm probably, and it's gonna take some time because I don't want this to just. I'm just gonna be playing Dishonored for the next month. I'll probably take a break after this. I'm gonna play through the entire. Finish this game, play the DLC in low karma, the good goods, and then I'm gonna play the second game in low karma, and then after chaos, low chaos. I keep calling it karma, but they call it chaos in this game. And then after that, I'm going to do the high chaos
and Lord Pendleton landed there a while ago and went into the lighthouse.
and play through
Knowing them,
the DLC.
they're not giving up without a fight.
And then, since you can play as two characters in the same game, I
remember hearing the Admiral and
go
Martin
back
talking
and play as
about
the
this
other.
place is where they'd hold up if they had to.
Spoilers.
Anybody going in has to breach the floor.
So I think I'll play Dishonored 2 4 times through. So I'm going to be patient on that because I don't want to just be buzzing through it, because I feel like I did that in this game.
We'll see each other again.
I did like basically everything and get most
Good
of the
luck,
stuff,
Corvo.
but I feel like I
If anyone
glanced over
deserves
it.
it, you do. Give my best to Emily.
Low chaos, yep.
After she's on the throne, she won't have time for an old man like... I knew you were sharp, Corvo. But somehow you managed to get through all this mess without losing sight of what really matters. For that, I respect you. The city's gonna pull itself up, I believe. Too many good people here to let it all turn to ashes. I'd best be going. The battlefield's no place for an old sailor like me. That time has long passed. Good luck, my friend.
I've done this before. I think he just disappears eventually once he gets around all these rocks. But I want to see if I remember it right. So we're gonna go on the boat then. We're supposed to go onto the mission, to the lighthouse. We're just gonna hang out on Samuel's boat.
The boatman has a good heart and respects you.
Hi Samuel. I hope I just shot you right now.
They left in great haste, scattering like insects, eager to bore into the nests you made for them. Samuel is a simple man, but he knows the river Redhaven and all its tributaries, down to the smallest inlet.
Oh no, he kicks me out. Don't tell me there's. That's kind of where there'd be fish. There he goes. We're gone now. I don't see any sign. Okay. Is there a secret up here? Because I know I've like climbed on these rocks and shit, even though it's fucking pointless. There's like nothing here. I'm absolutely certain. If there's like some Easter egg on one of these and I never found it, I think I can climb that. Whoa. Whoa, I just went through that rock. I was like, I should have landed on something. No. Let's go to this one, man. I get up on this one, please? I just want to like walk across it. Just go over it, please. Oh, slide right off. Where Samuel dropped us off.
Emily banged her head in the confusion. They dragged her crying into the waiting boat. She called you.
So, you can go through the beachside entrance, the harborside entrance, or the sewer entrance. And because I'm being sneaky, I'm of course going through the sewer one. Because, fuck you. I don't know how to deal with those. You don't see anything. Get up. Corvo, please. There we go. Oh, maybe this isn't a plan. Maybe this is just to disable the wall of lights and such. Go through the other things easier. Yeah, it is connected. Mary, I thought there'd be a door there. Does this not connect? I could have sworn this connected. Why is there money here? I know there's money, but there's no point in collecting it. Program key. Oh, so there is a door. I don't have the key though. Who has the key? You have the key? Turn around and get a good look at you. I want to see a key on your belt. I think it's going to be just, I need to get in one of the things. I've already done the wall of lights. I don't need the key. Let's see the key on him. Hello. Could just possess a rat. Let's do that. Going in here. Oh, then we go back in there. Out of order. How's that out of order? disconnected. Is there another entrance? Oh, there is, if I would have come all the way around here. There's probably one on the other side, too. If I had to guess. I know I said I've played this game a lot, but I didn't go through every possible fucking path. I found the paths I liked, that were easy. Open my lever, else what time? Really don't recognize this too much.
Yes, of course.
Remedy in here somewhere?
Couldn't tell you. The whole place is turning
This one I saw.
Huh?
Sneaky, sneaky.
Seen anything scary?
Please, not now.
Come on. Oh, dude. If I just stop time, I can run through this wall of light, right? Too. That's up there. Anything over there? I believe they're all up there. In the high chaos version, it's a bit different and you find them throughout the map. I don't want to spoil what happens, but they're not just all in one place.
Oh, stupid gut.
Why is the wall of light by the dock top? You expecting anyone?
More supplies came in for the big reception.
But the boat's gone, and it's still off.
I have no idea. But a few bottles of wine went missing off that last boat. Interested?
I'm interested in staying alive.
No, I'm just gonna kill myself. don't want to try and climb back up. You have met your demise. Oh, have I? Have I really? Mochi, did you hear that? I met my demise. You don't care at all, do you? Not one bit. I love you, Mochi. Do not harm those properly attuned. Does that just mean if I possessing someone or something? Stop time. Climb up here. And I believe drop in. I think guys will come. I'm not entirely certain, but I think they'll be like, who's using the elevator? That's not supposed to be happening. And then they'll like come to the thing. So I think I need to go back up. I could be remembering that wrong. But I feel like you have to move quickly. Maybe not. As I'm saying it, I feel like it's wrong. Maybe it's in the high chaos version or something. I definitely feel like, or maybe if you've alerted the guards and they hear like fighting downstairs, they're on guard. Now I'm going to save here and reload, but I've had a bad day. I didn't sleep at all last night. That's my own fault, and I kind of want to take it out on someone. So. There he goes. Whoop.
Think you'll get your own squad after what happened last night? Indeed, I believe so.
Now we're not going to bring any attention to this. We're going to forget this happened because this isn't going to be the reality we're going to live in. But I really wanted to throw them off the map. And it felt really, really satisfying. Yeah, the health looks good. There's also a pipe here, which I guess you could walk on to get around. Don't slide, don't fall off. Can you go on top of this? Oh, you can. Okay, so I'm gonna plot out what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna hop. You know, I don't think there's anyone actually in here except for the guy. Yeah, okay. I'm going to load back this save before I killed the dude. Because that's not the reality we want to live in. I just really wanted to throw some guys off a lighthouse. And, like, don't take that out of context. I didn't kill anyone in real life. It's a game. Maybe it's not this. Maybe it's the second game. I could have sworn if, like, you hit someone while they were standing... Is he peeing? I could have... Yeah, he is. Pissing off the edge of the world. I could have sworn if you killed someone when they were hanging off a ledge or something, or standing on a ledge, not hanging, that they would fall. I don't remember why. I don't know why I think
Such a clever. Talents wasted until he found his fate. Callista, the nursemaid. Bitter, the dejected from the academy. Samuel, the youth. So hungry for purpose. Couldn't be with us tonight. This is all Martin's fault. We hadn't helped Corvo get out of prison. Corvo hadn't been so damn good at his job. We hadn't gotten greedy with his raids.
Always too sure that would be a problem.
Never hesitate.
Also,
Too sure of what I want.
they're dead. He poisoned
Too
them.
sure of what I wanted to do when other men stopped to consider. Saw it as a weakness. I know Corvo's coming for me just like he came for the others. Crossing the island
let him
below
talk.
like it was nothing. It's only a question of how and when. I'm lacking accountability. It's all fallen apart. All the steps that led us here made sense. When I was young, I went to sea, took command of a ship, and made aimless men into sailors. Made a collection of boats. Then founded a conspiracy and almost led an empire. No compromise. Never showed mercy. Never showed weakness. I showed the world what mattered. Will and vision. And not being afraid of getting dirty. And now, I'll lose it all to a man with a faster sword hand. Or is it that he has a slower sword hand? There's something wrong with the world. It'll make a good story for the history. I'll have a good epitaph. In his time, he commanded a noble lord, a high overseer, and an empress. The man who brought down a
Dude, I'm gonna make sure your gravestone said
Admiral
this guy sucks dicks.
son of the high ocean.
How much dialogue do you have?
You've done such things. Cowardly things that I'm ashamed of. How could anyone ever forgive us?
What's the point of
Would
giving
they?
me 100
Even if things
points?
are better? No, that's not how it works. Once the bureaucrats step in, everything gets muddy. If anyone ever knew, we'd all lose our heads for this. So no one can know. And could we ever control Emily with Corvo around? That's the question that sticks in my mind. We need to make our final move, and we need to make it cleanly. No loose ends. Only a few in the know. The ones with the most to lose.
I'm gonna let him think about it. Though. I'm gonna go to the top. I don't know what's off here. I'll just be I mean, it's not really useful to me. It was used in the High Chaos ending. So, you get it? You gotta kill that. think this is the highest place you can get to in the game. Yeah. The land, like, underneath this building. Goodness. So far, they can't even, like, spawn it in. I need to sneeze, what say. Oh, there it is. Oh, gross. We just gotta keep standing. I'm going to increase time.
Who is that? Admiral Havelock? If you don't let me out, I'm going to make you stand in a corner until you learn how to behave. Corvo? Who's there?
I see. Really can't keep you going. Okay.
Corvo! I knew you'd come. Is it going to be okay now? Will I be Empress?
Don't worry, the bad man is just right there. Oh, jeez. It doesn't even do anything. Dang, there's only 187 coins. Well, I didn't do anything about Havelock. I didn't actually know. I usually, like, knock him out or something. Or kill him, but I didn't realize that the level would end as soon as I got her. Okay. I mean, I guess that counts, so whatever.
So ends the interregnum, and now Emily Caldwin the First will take her mother's throne after a season of turmoil. You will stand at her side,
in broad daylight, like,
guiding her young mind and protecting her from those who seek to exploit her or cause her harm.
I really like this song. I was emotional when I first played this, and the song played. It was really good.
You held back instead of striking. So it is with the passing of the plague and Emily's ascension comes a golden age brought about by your hand.
Who are those two people? I know that it's Callista and her uncle, but who are the other two people? These are just like generic character models.
And decades hence, when your hair turns white and you pass from this world, Empress Emily, Emily the Wise, at the height of her power, will lay your body down within her mother's great tomb, because you are more to her than royal protector. Farewell, Corvo.
This song. They make it sound like that's the end, and then they made a second game. Like, the DLC is not a separate thing. They run at the same time, you're not playing as Corvo, so it makes sense. But I'm probably gonna get a copyright strike thrown at me for this song, but whatever. I'm not doing this for money, so it is their song, so I don't care. You don't, like... I don't get why they made the second game about Corvo again and Emily. I know it's familiar characters, but I feel like they could have done it with new characters. I also was thinking about Dishonored 2, and I wish... I don't know how hard it would have been, but I wish there was a co-op. Like, the story was co-op, because... Spoilers... it's not really spoilers. From the beginning, you pick your character. You play as Corvo or Emily. And her being as good as she is really weird. But, I mean, maybe he trained her or whatever. However, I wish like they would have just done like a split screen or an online play where one of you can be Corvo and one of your friends can be Emily or vice versa. Because I think that just would have been like a cool new twist where, because they did add like new powers and new enemies and things to the second game, but I feel like they could have just had two of you and you could like sync up like stealth kills and stuff, so you take out two guards at once. If that was a thing, then I would play that with my fiance. Cast. Why is Granny Rags first? Like, I know she's seen a lot and stuff, but why? Who's Heart? It said Empress and Heart. Why is Slackjaw so close to the bottom? They're not alphabetical. Losing my mind. Whatever. Credits are rolling. I beat the game in low chaos. I was only discovered like 3 times or something, I think. But I mean, I was being stupid. If I would have been much slower, like the first time I played this game, I literally knocked out probably every person. Like, just so that I wouldn't get caught or anything, I was just chokeholding everyone. And it did go wrong once or twice where I didn't know and I left them on the ground and a swarm of rats ate them. And then I believe it counts as a kill because they wouldn't have died if you didn't knock them out. So it blames you, and I think I redid things because of it. But yeah, I was just like, I cannot have anyone see me, no matter what. Just, you're asleep, you're asleep, you're asleep. And then I played it as an aggressive killer, and that was really fun. Because it is fun to sneak around and stuff, but you are like kind of worried. And I guess you are worried that an enemy can beat you if you're fighting them, but they're not that hard, and you have the powers of a god, basically. You have the outsider, like, giving you boosts and stuff. Like, you can really do some damage. Even on... I'm probably going to play it on very hard whenever I go through the games, as a violent man. Because it's just so much easier. You just headshot people and they're dead. You pause time and stab someone. Like, there's a lot more to do. Whereas in this, you're just like, oh, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me, don't see me. And I mean, if you are doing a low chaos like I did, you don't get like half the powers, because half of them have to do with killing and just getting rid of dead bodies and all sorts of stuff like that. But that didn't matter to me because it wouldn't have been useful. Like, what is it? The adrenaline or whatever that you get you get stronger the more enemies you fight. I didn't fight any enemies. The wind blast wouldn't have been useful because I wasn't hitting any enemies. The rat swarm wasn't useful to me because I just couldn't kill anyone. Like, half of these things are not remotely usable, but everything in the killer version, like being able to blink, which I can do, being able to see where your enemies are with the dark vision, stopping time. I think possession is the only... Well, possession might have a special thing. Maybe that's in 2. I think it has like a thing where you can kill enemies or something with it. Or, I mean, you can use possession to kill enemies as well, because I'm pretty sure if you rewire a like arc thing, you can just walk an enemy through it and get them killed. So yeah, killing people is like what this game was all about, high chaos, but to go the other route and be like, no, I'm not going to kill people. It's less fun, but it's like more. It makes you a good person if you're not killing people. So, obviously.
Come here, Mochi. I want a kitty.
I'm just gonna end that. I'm sorry for the people in the credits who I did show. We were getting to the end. It wasn't that much. Okay, and that's everything. We go into a golden age. They fixed the rat plague, basically. And it does say, I die, and she's got, when her hair is white, so I die old, and she's probably like 60 or something. But in the second game, they made it they said that. They didn't say that's what could happen. The outsider said, you will die with old white hair, and her hair will be gray at the top of her power as well. However, in the second game, in the high chaos run, as her, you can just let Corvo die. I think you can do it in this game as well. You can't let Corvo die, but you can let Emily die? I could be wrong about that, actually. In the high chaos, I think she comes close to dying, but you can't actually let her die or else it fails, I think. But in the second game, if you're in high chaos and you're playing as Corvo, you can let Emily die, or if you're playing as Emily. So I'm sure that Bethesda or whatever has been like, the actual canon thing is the good ending, and everyone lives, and it's all happily ever after. But, like, you told us. That would be like fucking Mass Effect after the first one. They were like, and Shepard lived the rest of his days until he was 100 or something. And then, if you haven't played Mass Effect, spoilers, in the third game, Shepard dies. They did change that because so many people hated it, but still, like, they didn't just set themselves up and then make a sequel that says, oh wait, forget about that. No. Ignore that. We just wanted to make another game to make more money. Because that's what it feels like. Like, they could have made Dishonored 2 and made totally unrecognizable characters aside from, like, the outsider. But they didn't. They made it the same protagonist, even though his story was over. And this was it was neat and wrapped up with a bow. Don't get me wrong, I love Dishonored 2. Well, love is a strong word. I like playing Dishonored 2 because it's more Dishonored. But I feel like it could have been done differently. Maybe if you were Emily and only Emily, like you could not play as Corvo, that would be different. But that's not how you can play as Corvo. And I believe Anton Sokolov and Billy Lurk and... Well, Billy Lurk you don't really see. You see her in the DLC. Who else? I'm trying to think of who else goes to the second game. I do like the reference in the second game to this Dr. Galvani. You can steal from him again. I don't remember what happened to Piero and why Anton is there, but Piero isn't. But whatever. Also, the main bad guy in the second game is also the bad guy in the DLC in this game. Because they weren't, like, finished off or whatever, so then the second game comes along. And then, in Death of the Outsider, which is Dishonored 2.5, it's not Dishonored 3, but it's not a DLC to Dishonored 2. You play as Billy Lurk and meet with Dowd, who you can kill in this game, and, well, kill, maybe. Maybe he survives, I don't remember. Whatever, they have their own canon choices, but still, just, I'm nitpicking and I'm being a little baby bitch, but what do I know? I don't fucking make video games. Whatever, I'm done. I beat the game, I had a good time. I'll probably start on the DLC within a week. Probably. Not definitive.